Twilight, like most large franchises, has a chatty fandom, who in turn love to exchange theories and make suppositions. I have mixed feelings about fan theories and headcanons, especially those which have to be stretched. But one which has always intrigued me is the idea that Bella might not be human, at least not completely. Bella isn't the most riveting of protagonists, but she does have a number of peculiarities which are interesting to explore. The idea that Bella isn't fully human isn't new, but after reading Midnight Sun, I'd say the theory has more credence than ever. Midnight Sun especially raised more questions than answers when it came to Bella, and those questions posed in the original books are never actually answered. For example, Bella wonders at her super self-control. While she supposes that it could be the result of her preparation, she isn't fully satisfied with this suggestion, and she never gets a straight answer. Could Bella's rapid adjustment to her vampire lifestyle point to something more? When she notes that she was born to be a vampire, could this be more literal than she realized? Before we continue, I'm Riley and this is Otherworldly Fiction. On this channel, I rant about fantasy books, discuss characters and lore, offer my bookish opinion, and share the occasional writing advice. If any of that sounds like your cup of blood, hit that subscribe button. Posts are on Fridays. All fan theories need to be taken with a grain of salt, but there are some suggestions within the text that Bella isn't your typical human. Those who read Midnight Sun will be startled to find how unusual Edward finds Bella, with the vampire himself even questioning whether or not Bella is human. Number 1. Unusual paleness. The vampires of the Twilight universe all have a pale pallor. Even those with darker tones are described as having a chalky quality to their skin, and vampires, of course, sparkle when exposed to the sun. Bella being pale isn't unusual in and of itself. Plenty of people are too pale, either from genetics or anemia, and being pasty doesn't make Bella a vamp. However, Bella doesn't even seem capable of tanning, despite growing up in one of the hottest regions within the United States. And on meeting her, Edward notes that her skin seems almost translucent. She doesn't sparkle, but Edward finds her skin and physical characteristics odd, to the point where he questions if she's human or not. Though he quickly determines she isn't a vampire, he finds himself asking what she is. It's also worth noting that vampires can't change. They can't have moles, tattoos, or tan. Their physical environments have no effect on them. As such, Bella's inability to tan could be the result of some vampiric blood. Despite spending hours in the sun, she's paler than most of her classmates who have lived under constant cloud cover all their lives. Reason number 2, the ability to smell blood. Though not explored in the films, those who have read the books know that Bella, ironically enough, has a problem with blood. That's not so strange, but the reason why Bella can't stand blood is a little odd. After nearly passing out in science class, when called on to blood type, Bella is sent to the infirmary. There, she spends some time with Edward. He's amused by her affliction, given his own circumstances. But on questioning her, everything doesn't seem to be as it seems. Most people pass out from seeing blood, but on being questioned by Edward, Bella blames the smell. Edward retorts that humans don't smell blood, yet Bella insists she does, blaming the odor for her reaction. It's never brought up again. The fact that Bella does something, well, literally inhuman, is glossed over, but it's an intriguing hint. Meyer may have been trying to say that Bella was just well primed to be a vampire, but such attuned senses could point to a sparkling ancestry. Number 3, the Renata theory. Renata is one of the vampires within the Volturi, and while little is known about her, theorists like to posit that she is an ancestor of Bella's. The theory goes that Renata had human descendants before changing, which were in turn bred and raised to be changed into vampires when they were ready. Literally bred to become bloodsuckers, these children would be superior vampires. Furthermore, Renata, like Bella, has a shield ability, repelling foes who wish to attack Arrow. The theory adds that Renee could be a descendant of Renata, given the similarities in their names, though of course there's no proof. Based on her own name, Bella may have an Italian heritage, something Emmett jokes about in the films, further linking her to Renata. But again, this is only speculation. At any rate, it's an interesting idea to support that of Bella having vampire blood, or at least being bred as a human to excel if she becomes one. As a quick aside, be sure to hit the like button if you're enjoying this video so far. Number 4. Super self-control. Compared to other vampires, Bella adjusts quickly. Though she suffers from extreme thirst, like most newborns, she's able to control it, rather than it controlling her. Most newborns lose their minds on encountering blood. Nothing else matters once they've caught the scent. Like sharks, they'll go into a frenzy until they've had a taste. Such behavior is seen among Riley's coven, especially from Bree. When Bella sees Bree, she fears she's looking into her own future. Bree is tortured by Bella's scent, and asks how the others can stand it. Without the Cullens to protect her, Bree would have attacked Bella, and even the mature Victoria couldn't resist when Bella cut herself. The struggle to resist blood is most prevalent in Jasper. Though he's not a newborn, he's been weaned off of human blood for a comparatively short time. When Bella cuts herself at her disastrous birthday party, Jasper snaps and attempts to kill her, despite years spent in high school. Even the others have to leave, temptation causing them physical pain. Bella, as a newborn, should have less resistance than anyone, yet she runs away when scenting a hiker in the woods, a feat made more impressive by the fact she had her guard down, giving in to her senses. Where other newborns would have attacked, Bella retains the self-control to leave the area. Furthermore, she's able to interact with her human father within days of being changed, something that should be impossible for a newborn. Bella wonders if preparation is to thank for her ability, but that seems too easy. Her skill is remarkable enough that it gets labeled as Bella's gift, until the power of her shield is discovered. If Bella does have vampire blood, or was simply bred to be a better vampire, it could explain why she adjusts so easily. Again though, Meyer skims over the issue. She raises a mystery when it comes to Bella's self-control, but no answers are given. Number 5. Powerful psychic talent. As far as vampires go, Bella is one of the most talented. Only Alice beats her, but her shield is enough to dissuade the Volturi themselves. Able to protect not only her own mind, but those of others, Bella makes half of the Volturi's talents useless, forcing them to consider a fair fight, one where they'll take losses, making an attack too risky. On reading Midnight Sun, it is suggested that both of Bella's parents have talents too, albeit in latent human forms. Charlie even has a shield, albeit a weaker one. Edward can read Charlie's mind, but his thoughts are muddled when compared with those of a typical person. Edward can't get specific details from Charlie's mind. As for Renee, she unconsciously draws people towards her. When others meet her, they want to help her, and are compelled to do what she wants. Were Charlie or Renee to be changed into vampires, they'd likely have psychic talents. While Charlie might be capable of partially obscuring his thoughts, Renee could control the minds of others. Such talents could suggest a vampire heritage, and Renee having a gift would support the Renata theory if she's a descendant herself of vampires or those primed to become them. Whatever the case, Bella's talent is especially strong, even among vampires, with gifts in general being rare. And it's notable enough that Arrow begins to desire Bella for his collection as much as he does Alice. In conclusion, Bella Swan is a strange character, to say the least. Her personality left much to be desired for many readers, but her physical traits and talents raise no shortage of mystery. Bella is too pale, can smell blood, and has super self-control, all traits which are noted as being odd but never explained. Even among vampires, Bella is an anomaly. Her blood smells especially delicious, and she's inherited powerful psychic abilities. Physically, she's strange enough for Edward to wonder if she's even human, and being a vampire feels natural to Bella. All of this taken together, it certainly seems like Meyer was hinting at something. If not Bella being part vampire, then something else. It's possible she was simply bred through generations to be good as a vampire, but some of her senses feel too strong for that. After all, you can't give a human super smell, even with good breeding. We also know hybrids are possible, so who's to say Nahul or Renesmee were the first results of vampire-human crossover? What if Bella is the result of some long-lost experiment? We may never know the truth, but the idea that Bella was always part vampire is as intriguing a theory as any, especially when supported by several otherwise unexplained moments from the books themselves. Do you think Bella is part vampire? What are your Twilight fan theories? Sound off in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and happy reading.